From the earliest shadows of human civilization, long before empires rose and fell, long before written alphabets were carved onto clay, a body of knowledge was whispered through generations. This knowledge spoke of heavenly beings, forbidden unions, cosmic secrets, and the very architecture of the universe. At the center of these mysteries stood a single man, Enoch, the seventh patriarch from Adam, the man who walked with God and was seen no more. While the Bible gives Enoch only a few lines, the lost and forbidden writings attributed to him, the Book of Enoch expand his story into a sweeping saga. It tells of angels descending to earth, celestial journeys across the cosmos, and revelations about time, prophecy, and humanity's final destiny. For centuries, this book was hidden, suppressed, and rejected by religious authorities, preserved only in the remote churches of Ethiopia. Yet its influence subtly shaped early Christianity, Jewish mysticism, and even our modern ideas about fallen angels, giants, and the end of days. Today, we unravel its layers and step into a universe where heaven and earth overlap, where the divine and the mortal collide, and where one man becomes the messenger of God's most terrifying and beautiful secrets. The story begins in the generations after Adam. The world was still young, and humanity was multiplying across the earth. But unknown to them, powerful heavenly beings called the Watchers observed from above. They were angels assigned to guide humanity quietly, but forbidden desires began to grow among them. According to the Book of Enoch, a group of 200 Watchers, led by angels named Semyaza and Azazel, descended upon Mount Hermon. They swore an oath to take human women as wives, a plan that would alter history forever. From this forbidden union came the Nephilim giants of enormous size, strength, and violence. The book describes them as monstrous beings who devoured everything in their path, consumed human labor, drank blood, and plunged the world into chaos and fear. But the Watchers didn't stop there. They began teaching mankind forbidden knowledge. Azazel taught the art of warfare, how to craft weapons, and even the use of cosmetics and enchantments. Other angels taught astrology, sorcery, and secrets of the heavens. Knowledge meant to lift humanity instead destroyed it, as people turned to violence, greed, and deception. The world descended into darkness, and humanity cried out in despair. Heaven heard their cries. The archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel looked upon the earth and were horrified. They brought their concerns to God, explaining how the Watchers had betrayed their duties and corrupted the world. God commanded them to act. Gabriel was sent to stir up destruction among the giants. Raphael was ordered to bind Azazel in chains and cast him into a desert abyss. Michael was tasked with confronting Semyaza and the other Watchers. And Uriel was instructed to warn a chosen human about the coming judgment, a great flood that would cleanse the earth. That chosen human was Enoch, a righteous man of contemplation and deep connection with the divine. Enoch was chosen to be a mediator between heaven and earth. He was asked to deliver God's message not only to humanity but also to the rebellious angels themselves. The fallen angels pleaded with Enoch to intercede for them, begging him to write a petition to God asking forgiveness. Enoch, compassionate and humble, agreed. But when he brought their appeal to God, the answer was absolute. There would be no forgiveness. Their betrayal was too great, their corruption too deep. Judgment was set. Their giant children would be destroyed, their spirits would become wandering demons, and they themselves would be chained beneath the earth until the day of judgment. But this was only the beginning of Enoch's journey. He was taken on a celestial tour, unlike anything described in other ancient texts. He traveled through the seven heavens, witnessing realms of angels, cosmic structures, and the architecture of creation. He saw the prisons of the fallen angels, the storehouses of winds, stars, and storms. He observed the thrones of the archangels, rivers of fire, and the very boundaries of the universe. He learned the mechanisms that govern the sun and moon, the calendar of the heavens, and the secrets of time itself. This knowledge is divided into several sections in the book. The Book of the Watchers recounts the angels' fall and the birth of the Nephilim. The Book of Parables contains prophecies about a messianic figure called the Chosen One and the Final Judgment. The astronomical book explores the cosmos, detailing the paths of the sun and moon and the cycles of time. The dream visions recount world history through symbolic animal imagery. Finally, the Epistle of Enoch contains moral teachings and warnings. Across these writings, Enoch emerges as a cosmic scribe, recording the secrets of heaven and the fate of the earth. A key theme is that knowledge can either elevate or destroy humanity, depending on whether it is paired with wisdom. Enoch's visions of the future are among the most elaborate in ancient literature. He foresaw the coming of a righteous king, a divine figure often called the Son of Man, who would judge the wicked and save the just. This figure deeply influenced early Christian thought. He also prophesied the resurrection of the dead and the creation of a new earth free from suffering. His astronomical sections, while pre-scientific, reflect a deeply structured worldview emphasizing divine order and cosmic balance. His travels also reveal a complex hierarchy of angels, seraphim, cherubim, archangels, and countless heavenly hosts, which formed the basis for later mystical traditions like Kabbalah. Back on Earth, the consequences of the Watchers' rebellion led to chaos. The Great Flood was decreed not just to punish humans, but to cleanse a world corrupted beyond repair. Before the flood, Enoch was taken into heaven permanently. The biblical phrase, "God took him," is expanded into a dramatic ascension, where Enoch is transformed into a heavenly being, sometimes associated with the angel Metatron, the eternal scribe of heaven. From there, he communicated with his son Methuselah, warning him of the flood and instructing him to pass this knowledge to Noah. These sacred writings, according to tradition, were preserved on the ark. After the flood, humanity slowly rebuilt, but the memory of the Watchers and Giants persisted. Fragments of Enoch's teachings influenced groups like the Essenes, who preserved texts in the Dead Sea caves. Early Christians saw parallels between Enoch's Son of Man and Jesus. However, over time, religious authorities suppressed the Book of Enoch and it vanished from the Western world for centuries. It was only in the 1700s that explorers discovered complete copies in Ethiopia's ancient churches, stunning scholars who thought it was lost forever. Today, the Book of Enoch stands as one of the most intriguing ancient texts, bridging mythology, theology, and prophecy. It offers a glimpse into how early cultures understood the cosmos and humanity's place within it. At its core, the story is about the struggle between order and chaos, purity and corruption. It warns that knowledge without wisdom is dangerous, that even angels can fall, and that justice, though delayed, is inevitable. And it offers hope that the righteous, no matter how small, will one day be vindicated. The legacy of Enoch endures, a reminder that the universe is vaster than we imagine, and that one humble human, through devotion and purpose, can become a voice that echoes across eternity. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into ancient mysteries fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories hidden in history.